Ladies and gentlemen, it has finally happened. Hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion video. We got some insane news just a few hours ago. Forgive my appearance. I just kind of rolled out of bed and turned on the camera, turned on the lights, and said, let's go, let's do it. After all these years, we have finally gotten a Link 6 Firewall Dragon monster. And no, I am not joking. We also got a Code Talker monster and a pretty cool ritual that has, well, I guess it does have to do with Playmaker, but it more so kind of has a little bit of an ode to this character, Maximilian Pegasus. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but without further ado, let's just jump right into it because this is crazy. So these are cards that are coming out in the upcoming set Cyberstorm Access in the OCG. The release date for that set is January 14th, 2023, so just a few months away, and we figured we were going to start getting the first, inklings of what this pack would hold soon, and well, we finally got it. So you can see the card on the pack artwork, and it is that beautiful Link 6 Firewall. We're just going to jump to it. We're going to start right there. And that monster is Firewall Dragon Singularity. So this card's name refers to the concept of the technological singularity, and that's really cool. I want to just touch on that really quickly because it's a hypothetical future point in time at which technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, resulting in unforeseeable changes to human civilization. So this card's name is literally a reference to what happened in the story of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains with the Ignis, with artificial intelligence. So already right off the bat, design is sick. The name has a super deep meaning that connects to the anime. So already a 10 out of 10. But let's get to the actual monster. It is a Link 6 Cyberse effect monster, obviously, with 3,500 attack. You need 3+ effect monsters in order to Link summon it. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect is a quick effect. You can target cards your opponent controls and or in their graveyard up to the number of different types of monsters, Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, XZs you control and in your graveyard, return them to the hand, and if you do, this card gains 500 attack for each card returned. Theoretically, you could send 4 cards. I mean, I know, Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, XZs. I guess Pendulums wouldn't count for that, or Links wouldn't count for that. So I guess it is a max of 4, because it specifically states those 4 types. I don't know if maybe they're just excluding anything, but I would imagine it's probably a max of 4. So you could return on your opponent's turn as well, because it's a quick effect. You can return 4 cards your opponent controls to their hand, and if you do, you can gain up to 2,000 attack for each card returned. If you guys could clarify that for me, I'd appreciate it. I'm not sure if those are the only 4 types that are allowed here. I'm not sure if, like, you have a Pendulum in your grave, if that, or Pendulums can't be in the grave, but a Pendulum on the field, if that would count as well, and that could be technically a 5th card you could return on your opponent's field. So little clarification there would be awesome. But either way, even if it caps out at 4, the fact that it's a quick effect and you can use that on your turn when you summon it, and then your opponent's turn, seems insane. And then that second effect is if a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Cyberse monster in your graveyard, special summon it. And because this monster has all its arrows pointed pretty much up, if you destroy one of your opponent's monsters by attacking it with Singularity or another monster you control, you could special summon another Cyberse monster in your grave, and if that Cyberse monster is maybe a Link 4 or Link 5 Firewall Dragon, you can just pop that right back on, not pop that, but put that right back onto the board, and then just attack your opponent during the battle phase. So really, really awesome effects. It doesn't really have any protection. There's no way to really kind of protect it, but at least through its own effects, I mean, it still feels like it's a really, really good card. And if you can board wipe your opponent when you summon it by just returning a bunch of cards to their hand, and then kind of control their field when it's their turn, because you can do the same, I mean, it seems like it could be a really, really good card to even get out on turn 1 if you can get it out on turn 1, because then as soon as your opponent summons 1 or 2 monsters or puts a couple of cards on their field, you can just quick effect and boot all those cards back to their hand. Now, booting them to their hand is interesting because if your opponent has a lot of special summon plays, you kind of need to make sure you're timing this right, where they're not going to just be able to special summon all their monsters again. It's not like you're destroying the cards or sending them back to the deck. You are still giving your opponent the cards back. So I can see that maybe being a little tricky. You kind of need to know other decks and when to use that effect, but still, man, the fact that we're getting a Link 6 Firewall, I almost said Link 5, Link 6 Firewall Dragon is incredible. Want to go over some of the other cards real quick. Firewall Defensor is a level 4 Cyberse effect monster. Firewall Phantom is low-key one of my favorites. I love that purple glowing aura that it has. The color scheme is great. It reminds me a little bit of Ghost Girl and Emma, the purple color scheme, if I think Vrains. And so Phantom is a really good name there that I think fits the design really, really properly. And I'm not going to read those effects, but the ritual monster we got is Cyberse Sage, which is a level 1 Cyberse ritual tuner effect monster. The only reason I said this might tie into Pegasus a little bit is because this is the first level 1 ritual monster that I can think of since Relinquished, which was used by Pegasus almost 20 years ago. So that is super cool. Never thought we'd get another ritual monster that was a level 1, so really, really awesome stuff there. Cyberse Dismworm, I can't say that, I know I'm saying it wrong, is a cool level 6 Cyberse fusion monster. To actually fusion summon it, you need 1 Cyberse ritual, fusion, synchro, Xyz, or link monster plus 1 Cyberse monster. So you need an extra deck Cyberse fusing with a regular Cyberse monster. So that doesn't seem too hard, but that's a pretty cool ritual card there. The other card I want to go into in terms of its effects is the Code Talker monster we got. Obviously, the theme with them, Link 3, 2300 attack. This stays in that relevancy and in that rhythm. Protectcode Talker. So a brand new Code Talker monster. It looks really, really cool. It doesn't have any weapons, you notice. It's just kind of holding these rings, which I guess that kind of fits the defensive nature of the name Protectcode. The materials are 2 or more effect monsters. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect, your opponent cannot target Link 4 or higher Link monsters you control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by battle. So you know how earlier in the video I said there was no protection that Singularity had through its own effects? Well, if you have Firewall Dragon Singularity on the field with Protectcode Monster, your opponent then cannot target Singularity with card effects, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. So all of a sudden, if you can get turn 1 Singularity with Protectcode Talker on the field, you're probably in pretty good shape, because Singularity then has protection. But even like a Firewall Dragon or anything that is Link 4 or higher, and also it's generic. It's not your opponent cannot target Link 4 or higher Cyberse Link monsters. It's any Link monsters. So Protectcode Talker gives protection to any Link 4 or higher Link monsters from card effects, and from targeting with card effects, and from being destroyed by battle. And then as a quick effect, you can banish any number of Link monsters from your graveyard whose total Link ratings equal exactly 3. Special summon this card from your graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. So if Protectcode is destroyed or sent to the graveyard in order to Link summon Singularity or a higher Link monster, you can just very quickly get this card right back on the field, and then you get that protection effect if you have a Link 4 or higher Link monster. So definitely see the synergy between this new Link 6 Firewall Dragon and the Link 3 Code Talker. We got a couple of, we got 1 spell and 1 trap. We got Cynet Rollback, and we got Cynet Circuit. Not going to really go into those cards, although I will say the design of Cynet Circuit, which is the trap card, looks absolutely disgusting. I love the design with the 2 Firewall Dragons back to back. I think the design of this card is absolutely insane. There's some really good design spell and trap cards. I feel like they're overlooked a lot because the monsters are obviously the big selling point, but Got to give a shout out to this trap card, man. This trap card looks sick. So there you have it. I mean, crazy start to Cyberstorm Access, man. The first batch of cards is here, and I could only imagine that we are going to be getting a lot more cool just cards related to the anime and related to anime characters. So did we all want to see Playmaker use this Link 6 in Vrains? Of course. But it's cool that 5 years later, we are finally getting that Link 6 monster. But seeing this go up against the Arrival at Ignister, man, would have been insane, because that was also a Link 6 monster that I used in the final duel. Of course, that is the duel where Playmaker summoned Access Code Talker, but it would have been insane if that duel maybe lasted another episode and we saw Playmaker summon this behemoth. Of course, this didn't exist for, 5 years after Vrains came to an end. But guys, I'm done rambling. I'm done fanboying out. Please let me know your thoughts on Firewall Dragon Singularity, the level 1 Ritual, the new Code Talker monster, all the other support cards, the Spell, the Trap, the Fusion monster, the 2 effect monsters in Firewall Defensor and Protector, or Phantom, excuse me. I am so excited to hear your thoughts on this. And let me know if you think any of these cards are legitimately viable in, like, the deck, and you think they're going to see a lot of runtime. I mean, the last time we got a high Link monster was Access Code Talker, and obviously that card has completely changed the game, completely changed the way that you kind of Link climb in order to get to that monster. I mean, that is just a staple in a lot of decks because of how good of a card that is. Do you think any of these cards are on that level? That's probably asking a little too much, but I'm really excited to hear your thoughts on that. So that is pretty much my thoughts. Yeah, I'm not really good at outros. This is a little awkward. But thank you guys all so much for watching. I'm excited to talk to you guys down below in the comments. A special thank you to my Platinum tier patron, Panther J, to my Diamond tier patrons, Jesse Wood and Latrell Smith, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons, Ccapacappuuu, Syn Cloud, and Kyle. Thank you to everyone who is a patron of mine or a YouTube channel member. You guys help me out tremendously. You help out the channel tremendously. And be sure to check out my YouTube channel membership feature and my Patreon for more channel exclusive perks. Be sure to check out my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime content. I also stream over on Twitch. The link for that channel will be in the description. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I hope you have an amazing day.